I'm Dr. Winfred Tovar, and I'm the creator of MIMSI International. MIMSI stands for the Modification in Mother-Baby Mortality Statistics Initiative. MIMSI International is a non-profit organization which delivers vital, life-preserving prenatal care to the doorsteps of pregnant women in remote areas of the developing world. It consists of the collaboration of nurses, physicians, and community volunteers who are out to deliver prenatal care to their pregnant neighbors, where doctors and nurses cannot be found.
MIMSI is a nonprofit organization that is geared towards improving the mother and baby mortality rate in third world countries.
I'm the son of a Haitian woman who suffered heart failure from multiple complications during her first pregnancy, which affected her for the rest of her life. I created MIMSI to address some of the fundamental problems that many mothers-to-be continue to face in Haiti since my mother created her family. For example, after my cousin recently delivered twin girls, which she had no idea she was having, she suffered extensive post-delivery bleeding and multiple seizures, requiring many blood transfusions and many more weeks in the hospital in a coma before she could go home. If she had only had prenatal care, the signs of these conditions would have been recognized and avoided. But with no money or transportation, my cousin had virtually no chance of receiving prenatal care. So I created this exciting community-based approach using mobile technology to bridge the massive gap between pregnant women in the remote areas of the developing world and the doctors in the cities who would serve them.
Moi ta remel toujours marcher, soin prénatal là nous ta toujours fait clinique là pour côté pour nous prendre soin femme enceinte là yo. Avec ça, nous femme enceinte là capable joindre plus formation sur grossesse yo et puis yo pas fait mon n'importe façon, m'ta remet initiative ça comment continuer.
I have visited Haiti several times a year. I have witnessed personally the loss of several women from my mother's hometown. In fact, hundreds of thousands of pregnant women die around the world annually from complications of pregnancy and childbirth, which include postpartum hemorrhage, hypertensive disorders of pregnancy, and postpartum infections. In many developing nations like Haiti, the ratio of doctors to patients is quite low, like in Haiti, where it is 1 doctor to every 30,000 patients. Contrast that to the United States, where it is 1 doctor to every 100. It is estimated that 1 in 35 Haitian women will die from pregnancy-related complications, which prenatal care would have prevented.
Bon, moi, tout est important pour venir parce que ma porte un bébé, il faut me comprendre comment elle a fonctionné, comment qu'elle y est, et puis contrôler les tensions, tout. Bon, pour ici, ça qui empêche les filles à accoucher dans l'hôpital, ça va dépendre des distances arrêtées. Avec distance que vous pouvez aller, soit sortir ici pour aller au caille, ou bien vous trancher dans la nuit, ou pas un chauffeur, ou pas une machine, vous obligez son femme sage, comme dit, ou relais, et puis pour faire accouchement pour.
The death of a mother predicts a greater than 50% risk of death to her children before age 5. So the preservation of a mother's life has a real impact on the survival of her children, most of whom will live to see their 5th birthday and not succumb to nutritional deficiencies and childhood infections. Women in the developing world serve as the backbone of the developing nation's society and economy. Mothers lost in childbirth create burdens on a developing nation because they are no longer able to support the local agricultural economy, crippling a community's chances of surviving natural disasters, political instability, and economic hardship. MIMSI selects highly motivated community volunteers from a pool of students and recent graduates of secondary education and trains them in the art of prenatal care. Volunteers are taught how to check a blood pressure, how to measure the growing belly of a pregnant woman, how to listen to the heartbeat of a developing baby, and how to perform laboratory analysis. Volunteers are instructed on how to record this information and how to select the women who have high risk of developing these complications. Lastly, they are supported by MIMSI through mobile technology to identify these high-risk women and transfer both the patient and their prenatal record to nearby affiliated hospitals. The project is taking root in the southern department of Haiti and currently consists of 7 community volunteers and a nurse field coordinator. In the immediate future, MIMSI intends to be the main source of prenatal care access in Haiti and shall start spreading the MIMSI brand to other countries in Central America, the Caribbean, Southeast Asia, and the continent of Africa, where maternal mortality is still very high and affecting those regions adversely. MIMSI International bears witness to the unequal standards which continue to threaten the lives of pregnant women in the developing world, and proposes innovative and audacious actions to resolve these inequalities to save the lives of these women. And we ask for your support